Good morning, I'm Debbie Loring, as it says up in the top of the screen. I'm a psychic medium, and I've been psychic medium for about 30 years now. And I'm going to be running a number of these sessions for clarification. Let's start off at the beginning. One of the questions I'm often asked, or a lot of times I'm asked, is what's the difference between a psychic and a medium, and how does it all work? So let's start with that, and let's start one step before. So I'm sure you've experienced a situation where you've been thinking about somebody and they call you or text you out of the blue and you're thinking, I was just thinking about you. And they say to you, yes, I was thinking about you, you came to mind. So that happens quite often. And it's that beginning of that natural psychism or intuition that we have. So on the subject of intuition, people often confuse intuition and gut feel. So let me just clarify that, if I may. So gut feel is something's happened, been there, done that, got the t-shirt for it. Somebody describes a person or a situation, and you find yourself saying, I don't have a good gut feeling about that. And you can actually feel it in your stomach. It might be anxiety, or apprehension, or attention, but it's something that's based on life experience. Now, intuition is an altogether different thing. And intuition is when you say, I've got a funny feeling about that person or that situation. It's not as it seems. I can't quite put my finger on it. And it more or less comes from here, the sort of third eye area, some people call it. And somebody might say, he's a great person. He's joining the group or the team or our friendship group. And everybody speaks very highly of John. But you meet him and you think, I don't know, there's something I can't quite place. And our intuition has three modes. One, I don't like John. Two, I like John. And three, I don't know. And it's the interesting one is obviously the middle one, I don't know. Because sometimes in the fullness of time, your intuition becomes more honed on that person. So back to that psychism. At the beginning is what's called a sensitive. And that's somebody who will walk into a room and say, oh, funny atmosphere in here. It's almost as though somebody's had an argument. Nobody's in the room. It's the first time they might have walked into that room. And yet they sense something is different. Or they might also be aware of changes of light or things in the corner of that. Oh, what was that? And when they look, it goes. The next level is a psychic. And a psychic is really somebody who reads your energy. So rather like an experienced map reader will look at a map and understand the detailed contours. Oh, that's a lake, or that's a beck, or that's a mountain, or that's a steep incline or a slight incline. So they are, if people go and see a psychic, they're reading a lot of your energy, which is quite often why people go, oh, that was so accurate. Well, they're accurate because they're reading your energy. And then a medium. So a medium is somebody who connects with those who have departed from the physical world. So they might be loved ones. They might also be guides. People often hear of the term, your guardian angel or your gatekeeper, or your guardian, who is there with you for many lifetimes. And a medium will make connection with those loved ones in spirit, and the guides and what's also called influencers. What they then must do is give what's called proof of survival. So this person who's come forward to connect with the sitter is who they say they are. So if, for example, I said, oh, I've got your grandma here. She's got a blue cardigan on white hair, and she was a really good cook. That could describe thousands and thousands of grandmas. Now, it needs to be more specific. So, for example, their name, their first name or family name, a favourite place they used to like to go to, a street that they lived in, the name of a house that they lived in, relatives of theirs that you would also know the name of. It's no point saying, "Oh, this is great grandfather Joe," when you have no idea who that person is. The sitter, i.e., the person who's come for the reading, they must be able to identify that person themselves. So I hope that makes sense. So in summary, we've got a sensitive, somebody who walks into a room, for example, and senses stuff around them. A psychic, somebody who reads your energy and may get messages from the world of spirit. And a medium. That medium focus solely on the energy that they're being given and messages of hope or light or guidance that the spirit world is bringing to them. And by the way, a medium has to have psychic abilities, but a psychic isn't always a medium. So what to expect when you go for a reading? So with me, I do a number of types of readings, from guidance, where people come with questions, to the soul's journey, what your journey is, where you've come from, the things you're here to learn, and then obviously connection with loved ones, that proof of survival, evidential sitting, as it's sometimes referred to. So if any of this has resonated or you want further information, then all my details are on the screen. And I look forward to seeing you again in this space. Thank you very much for being with me. Love and light.